I said play. Welcome back to Ace Combat X. Shit.
The enemy transportation corps has moved from Cobalt Cave to Archelon Fortress. Our sources have confirmed our suspicions that the cargo was indeed an HPM. It'll most likely be used to defend Archelon Fortress.
God, it's so nice that they managed to incorporate Super Mario World 2's or 3's moving units.
Oh yeah, no, this map does kind of have like a little bit of like Mario 3 to it. But I've just noticed because you pointed it out, you bastard.
The new weapon under development at Cobalt Cave has been relocated to Archelon Fortress. We have learned that it's an HPM to be mounted to Fenrir. The weapon's targeting system relies on orbiting satellites, so we should be able to reduce the weapon's accuracy by disabling the satellite ground control center at Cobalt Cave. With the bulk of the enemy forces shifted to Archelon Fortress, the enemy poses little threat at Cobalt Cave. However, with the threat that Fenrir poses, we must take this opportunity to minimize its capabilities. Destroy all of the satellite antennas at Cobalt Cave.
God, you know what it would be like cool for this sort of like intro, especially to a mission like this? Because it always bugs me in like Ace Combat games where it's like, all right, look, there's like a million SAMs in this one area, and we all know you're going to destroy all of them and whatever, and that's why you have 100 rockets and all that shit. That's cool and all, but I think it'd be like a really interesting take to have you play like maybe your first mission is like, you know, you're a recruit or whatever, you're green, don't really know what's going on, blah 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 blah, and you go into this area with a lot of SAMs, and the mission is like purposefully tough, right? Like you're not expected to survive. In fact, it's like it's especially a failure-only mission. But like the units that you blow up the first go around play into the second time you visit, where it's like, you know, the story can be like, oh, the last time we sent some guys out, blah blah blah, it didn't go too well for him, and an ace showed up and.
Oh yeah, no, that would be really interesting, but like X gets like kind of halfway there because like I said, this is effectively like a different timeline version of like the mission. So like instead of doing like 14A first, we went and did 13A first. So the enemies that were there in 13A or 14A have now basically moved on to the end game area.
Right.
And so now basically we're dealing with effectively like the remnants of like, okay, what was like left behind there. So like, and like there's a different like an entirely different mission flow that is going to be happening. And like they say that like, oh yeah, no, everyone's gone, you don't need to worry about anything. And yet for some reason like there's just ground troops everywhere there now because they're protecting like the satellite arrays that are going to be like powering the weapon that we destroyed in 14A, so...
You're going to have to destroy each and every one of them.
Like, again, like, this all makes sense if you go through the game, like, basically, like, in a straight shot linearly, because, like, these other options, well, like, they don't exist to you. Like, once you complete certain missions and, like, you either close off, like, mission pass or new mission pass open up, but yeah, like, just trying to keep track of all of them, just, like, from like an LP perspective where I'm like effectively like doing the whole game 100%, even though I have to like go through it like a couple of different loops at a time. God, it's just like super fucking confusing sometimes. It's like apparently there's like literally like thousands of different combinations that you can take to go through the game completely, and like no two runs are ever the same.
All guns fire artillery.
It's pretty cool, though.
Come on, is that all you got? Just try and think up, bastard.
Oh yeah, like, again, like, this has kind of been, like, the recurring, like, theme over the course of this LP is just, like, kind of people marveling over just, like, how far Ace Combat X, like, just stretches its limited resources and how well it does.
So we're in this, like, weird, fucked up, what, like... YF-23/B2 adjacent
So yeah, this is the F-22B. This was the bomber or the strike variant that Lockheed Martin proposed for the F-22 Raptor. That the U.S. Department of Defense said, yeah, no, we have no fucking use for this thing. Get this the hell out of here. So like, none of these were ever actually produced, like even just past the concept phase, to the point where like people are still in like disagreement over whether the fact that it even had like tail fins or not.
I mean, I'll be honest,
like,
I'm glad this never existed because it's ugly as hell.
Oh god, yeah, like basically like this is like I think only like the second or third time that it's shown up in an Ace Combat game, and like for very good reason it has never made a return appearance.
Babby's first Delta Wing. I wanted so bad to be a Vulcan bomber. Why?
I mean, like I've seen like other takes on like what people thought the F-22B would look like, and I gotta say, like, at the very least, like Project Ace's like version of it is the best looking one I've seen. So, but yeah, basically, like, again, the literally the only reason, again, just same thing with like the F-15 MTD in the previous run of this mission, is just the fact that, okay, I've unlocked this thing, it's a ground attack mission, this is basically the only chance I'm going to get to show this thing off in the LP, and plus the named ace that shows up here is also flying this piece of shit, so you know what, fuck it, let's just use it and be done with it, yeah. But yeah, like if you're taking this thing out basically thinking that it's gonna be like an exact analog to the regular Raptor, you're in for a world of hurt.
So, do you ever use the, oh no, you did actually. You got to pull the trigger on this snowflake?
Basically, yeah.
Is that the default, emblem?
Which one?
There's a snowflake emblem on the rear left.
Oh god, yeah, that's Aurelia's national emblem, is the snowflake.
Even better.
According to a synthesizer on the inside, destroying the antennas alone won't be enough. The underground control facility must also be destroyed. However, it's too deep for long-range missiles to connect. You need to fly into the cave on the side of the island and take out the control facility. I know it's an impossible...
I see. The first time was just a practice run.
Yeah. I know, like, I did that because you get the special lines of dialogue that, like, for going through the tunnel in the first place, and when you go through it for real to do, like, the actual, like to end the mission properly, like, you don't get the dialogue, so... But, yeah, the pain-in-the-ass stealth mechanics once again return for this goddamn name base, because, again, it's an F-22B, so it's technically a stealth plane, so, like, if you're not directly looking at it, it doesn't show up on radar.
I feel like this so far has not been the worst possible example, but...
Oh yeah, no, that's 11A and 11B, how fucked up those missions are, because you're dealing with actual radar jamming in addition to a bunch of stealth aircraft, so it's even worse than this run. But yeah, other than that, there is one neat little detail to mention about the named ace Orca for this mission, is the fact that it doesn't have a full-on faithful representation of it, but it has, like, basically, like, a 90% there version of, like, the Mobius 1 skin from the default like F-22 Raptor from Ace Combat 04, where it's got the same like color scheme, but it doesn't have like any of the ISAF logos and squadron icons on it.
Right.
So you'll see though in the follow-up video eventually when I show off like that I've unlocked it, is just the fact that because I'm playing this with a modded HD texture package, all the skins are just straight PNG images that you can go through and you can edit to your leisure. So I put all the Mobius 1 and ISAF iconography on it by force in Photoshop.
Nice.
So it's like, alright, if you're gonna just cheap out and get halfway there, Project Aces, then fuck you, I'm gonna drag you across the finish line.
He fell for it! Surface hit him with a missile! Good job!
Also, yeah, those real dickhole spawns of the submarines there as you go into the cave.
I mean, I was nervous enough just with you having 95% damage for so long.
Oh yeah, no, like, I want to say I did this intentionally just to up the tension, but
No. You can't plan for that sort of thing in Ace Combat.
yeah, no, I was legitimately surprised I'm still alive at this point in the recording.
We're taking on water!
This is when it turns out that like there's some weird form of rubber banding in the Ace Combat.
Also, yeah, just the fucking geometry of that whole area, just trying to make sure you like get the perfect shot,
Control facility confirmed!
and especially that like little teeny tiny open gate to try and troll you into thinking, oh, I can go through there, and no, you're gonna crash if you do.
Was incredible, sir. I mean, Griffith 1.
And I do appreciate the conscientiousness of the game that it doesn't give you the mission accomplished ding until you get out of the tunnel.
This should weaken Fenrir's microwave weapon. Archelon Fortress is the final obstacle standing between us and total victory, sir.
Alright, so basically only one thing left at this point, and that's endgame, for real this time.
Hooray! Does X also do the thing where like you've got too much to buy, so you have to like keep playing the game over and over again? Unlock
Oh
everything?
god, does it ever, yeah.
Is it better or worse than 7?
Much better than 7, but yeah, you're still gonna be grinding like hell to like get the entire like roster unlocked and purchased and everything.